On the banks of the river Schlemazel, mid the deserts and sands of Dundalk, I've hunted wild llamas in purple pajamas, I've eaten pea soup with a fork. I've struggled with skivvies and oojaka pivies, I've built tabby cats in Tibet. I've cut off the conkers from buzzer bazonkers, but all the worst time I've had yet was on the road to Mandalay, where you'll see the fried fish play. They bring their own chips with them when it's early closing day. There's Gurkhas doing mazurkas with baboons inside their bunks. There's kangaroos with carpet bags and elephants with trunks. And fat men tuck their ombong pong inside their Clapham junks on the road to Mandalay. In an old whitewashed pagoda, looking eastward to the west, a Burma girl from Bermondsey sits in a sparrow's nest. She's as pretty as a picture, though she lost one eye, they say, through the black hole of Calcutta and the keyhole of Bombay. Look as far as you can see, boy. Look a little further, son. For that Burma girl is burning. Stick a fork in, see if she's done. Oh, that dainty, dusky damsel, Indian features proud and sweet, Indian ink upon her fingers, Indian corns upon her feet. There's not a drop of water in this waste of desert land. The soldiers' tongues are hanging out and trailing in the sand. They're hanging out like carpets, and you'll hear the natives say, Mr. Drage has laid the lino on the road to Mandalay. See that stately dromedary with his hind leg give a kick. On his back there's 3 mosquitoes singing Stop Your Jockling Tick. On the humps there sits 2 Hindus when the drum gives a cough, and they exit through the early doors as the monkey says they're off. There's a farm on the horizon looking eastward to Siam. We could have some ham and eggs there if they had some eggs and ham. They've only got 1 hen, they call her Mandy, by the way. They found out she's a cock, that's why they can't make Mandalay. There's no maps for the soldiers in this land of Gunga Din, so they picked the toughest warrior out and tattooed on his skin. On his back he's got Calcutta, lower down he's got Bombay, and you'll find him sitting peacefully on the road to Mandalay. On the road to Mandalay, where the girls are tout au fait. They wear short skirts and shingled hair, and one dark foggy day I chased one in a kiosk. I'm a playful sort of chap. I pulled her on my knee, then on the jaw I got a slap. I found a Gordon Highlander was sitting in my lap on the road to Mandalay. Wow! Recitation. Have I had this coffee stall long, sir, dishing out coffee and tea, ever since Big Ben was a wristwatch and the Thames was as dry as me? How long have I worn this apron? I won't tell you a fib. I've had it since I was a baby. Round my neck I've worn it as a bib. Oh, longer than that I've had it, when the lace on it looked very nice. But you know how things shrink in the laundry. Everything shrinks but the price. For years I've worked for Lyons, till we had a bust up, and so I sacked him, but he wouldn't hear of it, so I thought I'd better go. I longed to be my own gaffer, and now I've got my wish. There'll be some thousands of nippies on the dole, now I've opened in opposition. I'm working the business up slowly. It's bound to grow in years. There's nothing much grown up to now, sir, except whiskers and rent in arrears. Good Friday's the day I get busy. Not that I wish to boast. You should see the buns I get rid of, and the hot cross eggs on toast. I serve some very posh people. You can see for yourself at a glance. Here's a medal I got for serving the king in the trenches somewhere out in France. Today I've been busy spring cleaning. I feel I've got lucky bone legs. What with shaving the ham and dusting the jam and altering the dates of the eggs, I see sights that makes the tears trickle. Into the kettle they bounce from my cheek. No wonder my customers grumbled at the tea being salty and weak. I do all I can to help others. I can't bear to see an outcast. If I notice one coming towards me, I pretend I'm asleep till he's passed. I'm loved by the seagulls and sparrows. They get many a dainty dish. Through the week they get handfuls of doughnuts, and on Fridays I fry them some fish. I could tell you some tales if I cared to. There's one tale you've all read about. The tale of the tin of black treacle. What a mess when that leaked out. I'll never forget last Christmas. I'd a trip in from Aberdeen. They just ordered 3 cups of cocoa and saucers for 17. When a millionaire dashed through the swing doors, broke 2 panes of glass in the rush, instead of him pushing where it said pull, he must have pulled where it said push. I'm fainting, he cried. Give me brandy. I said, I've no brandy for you. Then he cried, give me rum. I've got pains in me tongue. If you've no beer, then Guinness'll do. In the saucer he poured a white powder. Of the mystery I'd got the solution. I cried to him, stay, it's suicide, eh? He said, you're a liar, it's crucian. It's the women I hate to see starving. In winter around me they squat. They love to sit roasting their chestnuts in a queue round the old mustard pot. I mix with all sorts and conditions, titled women I've seen on the rocks, and lots of young girls on their way to the dogs, and tennis players without any socks. A lady once came and devoured 2 cheesecakes before I could stop her. Then she had the neck to want change for a check, as she'd only £2 notes in copper. Round her neck she'd a celluloid locket. As she gazed on it with pride, she fondled it, opened it, closed it, then shut it, and showed me the photo inside. I said, who is that? She said, what? I said, that. She said, this? I said, yes. She said, me. I said, you? She said, yes. I said, no. She said, oh. But is it? Look again, can't you see? And if all good folks go to heaven, when the bugle sounds the last call, you'll be sure of a cup of hot coffee from your pal at the old coffee stall. And if your hopes of heaven turn out to be only a dream, then down below you'll still find old Joe with his apron on selling ice cream. And that's all there is of that.